Hi there, I'm Barry Groves. For the last 30 years I've been researching and writing about nutrition and health. And one of the things that's really worried me is the amount of confusion there is out there and the misinformation which is probably causing the confusion. I want to give you an example of what I mean when, in this video, I show you why it is that it's impossible to count calories. For over a century, since the end of the 19th century in fact, people trying to lose weight have been told by the medical profession, dietitians, slimming book writers, and even government agencies that they must eat less and take more exercise. To help them eat less, all these advisors recommend that they count calories and publish long lists of the number of calories in various foods, and it's a nonsense. We'll look first at how calories were determined. The calorie is a unit of heat. The way the energy content of a food is determined is by placing a carefully measured amount of it in that bomb in the middle of the picture there, inside a tank of water, and burning it in an oxygen-rich atmosphere. The amount of heat given off is then determined by measuring the temperature rise in the water that surrounds it. 1 gram of carbohydrate burnt in this way gives an energy value of 4.2 kilocalories. A gram of protein gives 5.25 kilocalories, but we have to deduct 1 kilocalorie because protein does not oxidize readily. I'll use the word calorie from now on. That gives us a final figure for protein of 4.25 calories. Burning a gram of fat in the bomb calorimeter gives 9.2 calories. These figures are then rounded to the nearest whole number, 4, 4 and 9 respectively, and are used in calorie charts to indicate the energy values of foodstuffs and thus to allow dieters to measure their food intake. But there are some basic flaws, really serious ones, in using these figures to determine the amounts of food we should eat. The most obvious flaw in the argument is that our bodies don't burn foods in the same way they're burned in a bomb calorimeter. If they did, we'd glow in the dark. Our digestive system is quite inefficient. The chemical process whereby blood sugar is oxidized to provide energy produces carbon dioxide. About half is exhaled as carbon dioxide in the breath, the other half is excreted in sweat, urine and feces as energy-containing molecules, the energy values of which must be deducted from the original food intake, and all of these vary in different people. The second, more important flaw in the argument is that our bodies don't use all the food that we put into them to provide energy. Carbohydrates, sugars and starches, have only one function in our bodies, and that is to provide energy and nothing else, so all those calories do count. But that's not the case with proteins and fats. The primary function of dietary proteins is body cell manufacture and repair. The enzymes that control practically all body processes are also proteins, and made from what we eat. The amount of protein needed for these purposes is about 1 gram per kilogram of lean body weight. As meats and similar foods contain approximately 23 grams of protein per 100 grams, a person weighing, say, 70 kilos needs to eat about 300 grams, or 11 ounces of meat, or its equivalent, every day just to supply his basic protein needs. Even eating this volume of lean chicken would provide some 460 odd calories, and these calories are not used to provide energy. They contribute nothing to the body's calorie needs and so must be deducted from the total. While fats are the most energy-dense food, much of the fat that we eat is also used to provide materials used by the body in processes other than the production of energy. The manufacture of bile acids, prostaglandins, prostacyclins, leukotrienes, thromboxanes, hormones, and many more. These contribute nothing to energy production, and so all these must be deducted as well. So, as there's no way to know how much of the protein and fat you eat is not used for energy, There is actually no way you can allow for it, or count it. If that weren't enough, even the basic figures 449 for carbohydrates, proteins and fats are wrong. How many calories in fats? 9. Okay, well that might be right if you're looking at polyunsaturated fats, which are 9.1, but the more saturated a fat becomes, the lower its calorific value. So animal fats are somewhere between 6.5 and 8 calories, and cocoa butter, which is the most saturated, is only 5.5. If you're counting all these as 9, you're going to be way out. How about carbs? 4 calories we're told. Well, sugars vary between 4 and 4.2, and starch is 4.44. Again, if you're using carbs, which you must count all of, you could be 11% out, which is quite a bit. And fibre, we're told that that has no calories at all. But look at it, it's true if you're talking about insoluble fibre, but soluble fibre can be as high as 2 calories. Again, quite a long way out if you're eating a high fibre diet. So, trying to determine from food intake and energy expenditure alone how much excess energy your body will store as fat, without knowing all this other information, will give a completely wrong answer. It can be a very wrong answer. But these other factors can't be measured, certainly not by a layman. Therefore, calorie counting, which is the foundation of most modern slimming diets, is a complete waste of time. There is a way to lose weight and maintain a weight without calorie counting, however, and that is to eat a natural diet, a diet which lets your body tell you how much it wants in its own way. You don't need to count calories at all. This book of mine, Natural Health and Weight Loss, will be published as an ebook on October the 1st this year. Thank you for watching. For more examples of flawed thinking like this, please go to my website at www.secondopinions.co.uk.